See, the mission is as good as you and I. It's a collective effort of everyone, each one of you, from the gatekeeper to the trustees, to the faculty, teachers, staff, parents, children, devotees. It's a great collective effort. And without all being in it together, it's not possible to run this show. Think of 10 years ago when it was just a small little ashram with 2 schools or 3 schools here. Today there are, I don't even have count, only our Narsimurti has that elephant in memory to remember names of institutions. I can't even keep track of them now. And plenty of institutions in so many districts, so many things abroad, in healthcare, the nutrition. It's just unthinkable, common man's point of view. But all this is possible because each one is dedicated to this cause, committed to this cause, and each one does more than what is expected of them. That's why I tell. There is most of the people work as a duty without love. Outside many places I see, they just drag themselves to their workplace and they carry on with things without any heart, without any interest. They have to perform a duty and they have to, so they go. But that's without love. So duty without love is not to be done at all. In fact, if you better not do if you can't do it with love. That's what. Abhorrable. It should be abhorred. Duty with love. Some people do their job because job is good, they like the job, so they do it with love. And they're bound to do that, that's why they do. If there was no duty, they might not have done it. Even though they do with love, they might not do it. For instance, a father is bound to look after the children, provide for them. He does it with love, that's his duty with love. A mother is bound to feed and look after the children, she does it with love, that's duty with love. But the duty with love, let's see, parents are there or some good people are there who want to do good, as at least to the extent of what is being expected of them. They do it with love. But then the greater idea is love without duty. That is divine. You love, duty happens. You primarily are loving people, and work happens in that love. There is no doing there actually, there is only happening there. When you love something or someone or some idea so much that you're ready to give everything for that sake, all other things are taken care of, they happen. For such people, that is true karma yoga. Where you become one with everything, one with that work, with that idea, with that commitment, with that cause. There is no doing there anymore. It's just happening then, without you realizing. So is there no hard work? Hard work is there. You have to put your effort, but you don't feel it is a burden. You don't feel a sense of burden in doing all that. That is the idea of love without duty. And this place has primarily grown, of course, because of divine grace and will, but more importantly, because of people who are just doing love without any sense of duty in it. They do it 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, doesn't matter because they are loving, they are concerned about each other. So it comes from within that we must do what needs to be done because we love them, we love each other, we love the work that we do. And that is why this is so efficient. So many people came during the last 2-3 weeks, new people, absolutely new. They have never been to Puttaparthi, they don't know Satya Sai Baba, don't know Shirdi Sai Baba also. Forget about knowing me, that's not possible. And they all saw everything and they said, this is not possible, this is not real. There is something here. How can all this happen? With all just these few people, so much has been achieved. It's not done by governments, it has not been done even by the most greedy and ambitious corporates won't achieve this much, who are there to make profits. We are only here to serve. But so much has been done, and every day so much is being done. It's only because of the people and their commitment to this cause. They don't see the clock and work. When the surgeries were going on, some of our junior students who have just finished their MBBS, they were assisting in the OT. And somebody like Dr. Krishna Manohar standing 14 hours straight, and not just standing, doing surgeries. So much of focus. These children got inspired. Subramaniam wouldn't take rest. And he's He's the chief anesthetist, but he'll come back anytime and look after, even ready to do night duty after having done the surgeries all through the day. He has no problem. Sister Janet came, she's OT in charge, she's more senior than Krishna Manohar, but she's sweeping and cleaning and wiping the dust off the things. No hesitation in doing that. No arrogance at all. No one-upmanship. No sense of position or authority. Everybody becomes one in that cause, willing to serve the child who is going to come. And we don't even know who that child is. Where is it coming from? Where is it going? We just know that we have got something to do with divinely ordained, and we are just here to do that out of all the love that we have. That's why there is so much of success. And these children were inspired. These MBBS students were telling me, we're so inspired by seeing these are so elderly people. They're so senior. Yet they don't mind standing or working and doing any odd job also. It is not asked of them. They're not duty bound to do it. Yet they just pick up and start doing because they feel it's all theirs. That is the culture that we must keep up in these institutions. The moment we think this work is a burden and there is a sense of duty, Khalil Gibran says that, I don't have exact words, but he says this, all work is nothing but love made visible. And if you can't love what you do, then it's better that you quit and sit at the door of those who work with love and beg from them instead of earning your income by doing your job without love. That's what he said. You rather beg from those who joyfully work than work without any joy, without any sense of love. That is the idea. Work here is simply love being manifested. And if there is no love, it's better not to work here. That is the idea. So work with love, work with joy. Understand the great idea, the cause that you are a part of. I'm not saying that most of them do. Most of them just love and work happens for them. But there are some who love and also feel it's duty to do, therefore they do. But of course there is none who has no love here to do things. But idea is that we have to rise from being duty bound and therefore we love to do what we got to do, to just being able to love. And duty happens, work happens, everything happens in that love. That intuition starts guiding you, your path. What needs to be done next, what needs to be done tomorrow, day after, and a year from now. You know everything because that intuitively it tells you what has to be done, because that is where God comes into picture. Everyone becomes divine. See, this whole idea of becoming God, becoming divine has been so misinterpreted that I sometimes feel pity for all those who have not understood and misunderstood verse. There is nothing. Becoming God does not mean you'll grow suddenly 8-9 hands and few heads and things like that, or you become superpower. You can materialize things, you can read people's mind, you can see the future and the past. All these yogis can do. It's just a science, another kind of science, that's it. Nothing more than that. But the real idea of becoming God is when you live in love all the time. And that love intuitively guides you what you need to do next. And gives you the courage to do it also, even if you hesitate. Even if you're afraid, even if you're uncomfortable, it gives you the idea, the courage, the intuition, everything that you require to do it. And you attract more and more abundance to yourself because you love. And that is what I am going on telling from the last few discourses, couple of discourses, that we have to grow out of this idea of serving somebody or doing because we have been told to do, be doing because we are loyal or committed to someone. We have a master who tells us, and so we are just obedient slaves to the master. Let us give up all these ideas. Simply do things here because we love it. Because we love, we are love, we live in love, therefore we do. Master, no master, mission, no mission, commitments, no commitments, loyalty, no loyalty, does not matter at that level. Just love, and everything will happen in that love. This is what is my message now. We have to go on telling ourselves this thing. Initially, yes, we are all inspired like our Shiv Subramaniam. We are working for a mission, we have a master to serve, and that gives us so much of joy. Our life is worth because we are serving our master, serving a cause of the master. But now, master, no master, we must still continue to do what we have got to do, and not because somebody tells us to do or somebody tells us not to do. We simply love, we become beings full of love. And that love starts guiding us what needs to be done next. Of course, you will receive some guidance where what needs to be done. There is an administration, there is a management, there is a guiding leadership team which tells you where you got to serve. You will be posted here, this is your, on the paper at least, this is your job description. But these are all ways and means to keep things in order. That's all. They don't serve beyond that. Beyond that, it's just up to you. You simply love people, love to serve, love to do what you're doing, therefore you do. Not for a salary, not because you have a cause to serve, not because you are mission bound, not because you are a slave to a great master. We have to shun these ideas as time passes. And we have to develop that pure love for each other, for everyone. And in that love we find God. In that love we find divinity. That is very important, and that is the way this will grow and expand in the next 10 years. If each one of us learns to love unconditionally, selflessly, and does what that love guides us to do, not because we have been told to do, not because we are paid to do, not because we are bound to do. We just do. It happens through us because we love. And that love guides every step of ours. And in that love we become divine. In that love we find God. In that love we find everything. That should be the focus, beyond names and forms and places and people and rules and regulations and job descriptions and profiles. Beyond all that, there is one idea of love. You catch hold of that idea. You understand that idea of love. In that love, everything happens. I don't know how much you have understood what I am saying, but do contemplate on it. Because if you want to know the secret of all this success, it is not Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, it is not Shirdi Sai Baba, it is not Sadguru here, it is not any form or name, it is love, which is the undercurrent of everything. Bulbs are many, but without the current, bulb doesn't glow. Bodies came and went. They did not do anything, but the love that filled those bodies, love that filled those forms and names achieved everything. And before these forms and names came, love was there. And it has done great things before. And love is still there. It will do great things now. And after all the bodies and names and forms are gone, love will still be there. It will still do great things. And each one of us is capable of that love. In fact, that alone is our truth. That alone is what we are supposed to be. Everything else is pretension. Everything else is falsehood. Everything else is just layers and layers of illusion. Love alone is what we are and we are supposed to be. If we get that idea of loving unconditionally, selflessly, we become divine then and there. We don't have to wait another day, another hour. Achirena tadigacchati. At that very moment you achieve that. This is yoga, this is the epitome, this is the end, this is the consummation of all spiritual practices. So don't get too deluded by a lot of yogis and who tell you too many things about what should you do. Just love. That's why Kabir Das, he's the best. He's not educated, he was an unlettered weaver. But he summed it all up. Dhai akshar prem ka pade so pandit hoye. You are a wise one if you have understood those. In Hindi, prema is 2.5 letters. In English, 4 letters, love, or whichever way you want to put it. That's all. That if you know, you are the Pandit. There is nothing beyond that. Nobody can teach you anything any further. You can explain it in so many texts. So many people have tried doing that. But it is like describing a sweet and not having eaten it, but describing it. It's round, it is red, it is juicy, it is this way. Already people mouth is watering. What is that which is round and dark brown and juicy and gulab jamun? But if I tell you all that and you can't taste it, what use is it? So we can talk about gods and incarnations and avatars and missions and great achievers and great yogis. It doesn't mean anything to us at the end. It's like talking about the food, but I've never eaten it. In one eating, you know all the knowledge comes to you. If I just feed you a gulab jamun, would you not know everything about gulab jamun? Because by experience, you know everything about it. I don't have to describe it in words anymore. Likewise, in that love, you understand what divinity is. And throw away the scriptures and books and all the lectures aside. You don't need any of them. If you can just develop this one idea of love, being able to love selflessly, unconditionally, In that love, you become divine. There is nothing beyond that. Sounds simple, but it's quite tough. Sounds simple. Oh, just we have to love, and that's it, we'll become divine. Yes, but unconditionally you have to love. Unselfishly you have to love. And that is what is divinity. Every other, there is a love everywhere. Brother, sister love each other, friends love each other, wife and husband love, mother and child, there is love. There is love in everything. But all those are not pure love. The pure love is divinity. And you have so much opportunity to do that. I always feel that such fortunate set of people, they can simply do things unconditionally here. No, salary will come. That will come as prasadam. But that is not, you don't keep an eye on that anymore. You don't keep an eye on what benefits do I get by working for an organization like this. You don't worry about whether I'll be taken care of or not, what will be my future, what will be my career path. Leave all those ideas aside. Just thank your fortune that you have been chosen to love. You have been given an opportunity to love. How great that is. Not everywhere we get this opportunity to love. We get the opportunity to do work. We get an opportunity to earn an income. We get an opportunity to progress in a career path or whatever. But here is an opportunity to simply love, and everything else will happen. I don't know how much justice I have done to this idea, but this has been plaguing my mind. This is occupying all my thoughts for last couple of days. And I want to get it across to each one of you that you are very fortunate because you have got an opportunity to simply love here. And work will happen. Income will happen, children will grow, they'll study, hospitals will run, nutrition will happen, families will be happy, everything will be taken care of. If you just learn how to love, you become divine in that love. And beyond names and forms and ideas and of all kinds of illusions, there is that love. That love alone is divine. If you understand that love, you have understood everything. If you have not understood that, but you have understood all other aspects of this organization, you have understood nothing. Love alone is true. Love alone is God. Love alone is divine. And if you can understand that love, experience that love, live in that love, everything else will happen. That is the final thought you must carry with you tonight and contemplate on it and try to practice it in little things that you do every day. Try to do it unconditionally. In every day you become a little more pure and you start experiencing the joy of it. It will never be a burden anymore. Somebody, and when I was passing by a girl whose birthday was there, she said, "Swami, please bless me to love you selflessly." I had to tell her, you have to love everyone selflessly. That is when you become divine. Loving me selflessly doesn't make you divine. Let me tell you, that is devotion. That is devotion. Loving me is devotion. That's not spirituality. Keep those two very, very clear. Devotion is to love a name and a form, a cause, a mission, an idea, anything. That is devoted. You're devoted to sports, you're devoted to music, you're devoted to a guru, you're devoted to a god. That is devotion. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is when you can have the same amount of devotion for everyone, irrespective of whether they can be of any use to you, they can help you, they cannot help you, doesn't matter. You simply unconditionally, when you love everyone, that is spirituality. So a lot of people have devotion here, but I have a problem with that now. I encouraged it so far because it was necessary to bring you till here. So I encourage the idea of devotion, that you are serving an avatar, serving a master, serving a guru, serving a mission and a cause. That is all devotion. You have done well. I must give you credit for that. You have done well in devotion, but the next exam is of spirituality and not devotion. So having passed in devotion, now you must step up to learn spirituality. And spirituality is, in one word, love. That pure, unselfish love is spirituality. So devotion helps you come till here. It doesn't take you further. It doesn't take you further. It leaves you here. And beyond that, if you have to go, you must learn to love. Unconditionally, unselfishly, everyone, everything. Practice that, because that is the next phase. And that is where we all are heading. And we'll be heading quite fast. We'll be going quite fast. There's no time I don't have much time to wait for everyone to, take their own sweet time. It's not possible. You must start now and here. And don't delay any further. How many of you have understood? Please raise your hand. So you practice that in little things you do with love. That's all I'm saying. I'm not expecting you to suddenly love all the world. Not possible in one day. Start with little things you do. Do it unconditionally, unselfishly. Be it your studies, sports, be following a hostel rule, be it eating your food, be it doing your duty in whichever capacity. Just try to do it unconditionally without an eye on the reward or result. You will start becoming divine. And these are very important discourses because these are setting the tone for what's coming next. And I want you to every day go back and expect the wardens, teachers to share the notes and ask students to sit down and meditate on and discuss what is this I'm trying to convey to you. It's very, very important.